Hello and welcome to our low carb no sugar channel. If you could click the subscribe button, that would be great. I hope you enjoyed our previous videos. Today I'm going to show you how to make a no sugar chocolate brownie. So first things first, I put the oven on, it's on 180 degrees and I've pre-lined a tin with greaseproof paper. It's about 8 inches. I prefer to make them in a tin so you can cut them into nice little squares. I'm going to run you through the ingredients that we're going to use today. So I'm going to use some almond flour, I've got some pure cacao powder, some coconut flour, I've got my sweetener. This is 30 grams of inulin, and this is what's going to help it give it the chewy texture. It goes quite chewy and sticky, and it also adds a sweetness to it. And in this bowl here, I've got our fats. So I've got 50 grams of cocoa butter, I've got 50 grams of butter, and I've got 30 grams of coconut oil. Along with this, we're going to use 160 mils of milk and 3 eggs. So the first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to separate the eggs, 2 egg whites separately, give them a little whisk, and basically that's going to help give the whole chocolate brownie a little lift whilst it's in the oven. I always find it's best just to use my fingers to separate the eggs, easiest way for me. So put 2 egg whites in this bowl here, and then the rest, 2 egg yolks in there, and then we're going to use a 3rd egg as well, so we'll get that in there as well. So what we've got here is we've got 2 egg whites, 3 egg yolks and the other egg white in that bowl. And then what we're going to do is we're going to quickly melt the fat in the microwave. It takes about 1 minute. So the next thing to do is to put all your dry ingredients into one big bowl. Super simple, so literally just bung in the almond flour, get it all in there. Put your sweetener in there as well. And your cocoa, this is 100% cacao powder, so throw that in there as well. Doesn't matter which order you put it in, obviously. Inulin goes in. And the coconut flour. So put all that in one bowl. And to that, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So just give that a little whisk. Combine it together. Super simple recipe. Just get your dry ingredients in one bowl and then put in your wet stuff into another and put them in together. So here we have the fats all melted together, 1 minute in the microwave, give them a little stir. Just get rid of any lumps, they'll melt as you stir them in. And then it's literally just a matter of combining all of these ingredients together and getting them in the oven. So first things first. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly just mix up the eggs together like this. We're going to pour the milk straight on top of the eggs, giving it a little whisk as we go, just to combine it together. Super simple. And into this has been left to cool for a minute, so we're just going to pour this into the eggs, stirring together. And then in go the dry ingredients into the wet bowl. Stirring all the time to get rid of the lumps. Take a minute or so to combine. So what you've got there is you've got a lovely looking dark chocolate cake mixture. And then what we're going to do is we're going to quickly whisk up the egg whites, get them to nice and light and fluffy, just like you're making them around. This can take a minute. So what we've got here is 2 egg whites whisked up, nice and light and fluffy, and we've got our chocolate cake batter mixture here. And what we're going to do is simply put half of the egg whites into the cake mixture and give them a stir in. You can just beat these in. These will just make the cake extra light, extra fluffy. But we don't want it to be too fluffy, because when we're on chocolate cake, this is the idea. We're trying to make it so there's enough fat in there that it brings it back down to a brownie. The best thing about a brownie is having it super, super chewy and a little bit dense. Get that in there. And then with the next other half, try and get it in there a little bit gentler, otherwise you'll just knock out all the air. So with this one, just turn it over. Now all you need to do is quite simply pour the mixture into your prepared tin. That's one side. Give it a little shake around so it fills in all the edges. A little tap to get the air bubbles out. Give it a little tap to get the air bubbles out. And there we have it. We're going to put that in the oven at 180 degrees for about 20 to 22 minutes. The baking of it has got to be quite precise so that you don't over bake it, because otherwise you won't have the nice gooey, chewy centre. So after 20 minutes in the oven, this is what you've got, a beautiful chocolate brownie. So I've let it cool in the pan for 5 minutes just so I can handle it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it out onto a cooling rack. So quite literally put it down, cooling rack on top, quick flip, and down. Off comes the lid, and off comes the grease. And we've got these lovely chocolate brownies. So I like to cut them whilst they're warm, I find it easiest. So I like to cut them into 16 squares, straight down there. They're nice and soft, but what you want to do, once you've cut them, you want to leave them to cool completely so they end up nice and chewy. So there you have it, my sugar-free, low-carb chocolate brownies. I hope you enjoyed the video, and look out for some videos coming soon.